We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And that'll carry over the back. Fly to the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Smith. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Grady Jarrett with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Redskins on third down. 44 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Play action. It's Smith. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Ryan. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd down, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Hey, on.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's third down. Here's Smith. From the gun, he'll throw. It's brought in by Dodson. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Redskins on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Smith. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Jones now back to the air on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On third and short to give to the tight end. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Smith going to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vic Beasley leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Smith. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Smith operating from the gun. Caught right side, Davis. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing on third down, Smith. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Ryan now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Bryant's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here's Tywan Jones on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And it's 3rd and 4. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
They run it here with Thompson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now Ryan. And his throw here is incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. To throw again is Ryan. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On 1st and 10, Smith. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Smith now to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Now they can't bring him down. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Now it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Jones on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They give them a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. From the gun, here's Smith. Dumps it off for Geis. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
3rd and 2, Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And give him a gain of 37. Jones on 1st down. Drops it off for Coleman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down. operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a third down. From the gun, Jones. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ryan Anderson. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
15, yeah. 3 down. Slot.
Here's Smith now on second down. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith. Smith on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey. You got 3. Three down.
On second down, here's Smith. Now he's flushed out left. And that'll be incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Here's Smith to throw on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Smith throwing again. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They get it to him running left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa!
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll run it now out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Back now at FedEx Field, it's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. from the left hash. A chip shot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jones. Throwing again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it. Complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On the keeper, here's Ryan. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That escapes the sack. Steps away to his left. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start on the ground with P-Ryan. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On first down, it's Smith. And that's complete. It's Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The carry here for the big tight end. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it? This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them in bounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Hey, you got 3. Orange.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Smith. Now he'll escape to his left. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
So out come the Falcons now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
20, 20. Go!
Throwing now is Ryan. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
Well, it's been loud in here so far. They begin the drive with Coleman. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, yards count either way.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. They'll run it now out of the gun. With 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. There's Matt Bosher now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's Jones. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here come the Redskins now. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done. Now part 2. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Smith with his first throw of OT. Off to Geis on the screen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he slings one that's incomplete. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Great 15. 15.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long, it's Smith. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I'll tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Here's Coleman on the toss. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.